All right. So, welcome back, everyone, for another episode of Blade Talk. I am here with the homie Tucker Freeland, aka T Free. Um, Me and T Free started talking a while back when I did the first Trickless Showdown. I believe you came in third place, second place.
Something like that. Yeah, in the round that I was in, I think I was right behind Arsenio,
Yeah, I
and
think it was.
then
I think the final. It was you. I think it was Phil Grip, Arsenio, and then you.
maybe, yeah, maybe.
But introduce yourself, man. How long you been skating? What's up?
What's up? So I'm Tucker Freeland. I've been skating now. I think this year will be 23 years I've been skating. Um, yeah, I'm from South Carolina, and a part that most people don't know that has skaters besides Tim Taylor. But yeah,
Tim Taylor is an
he
OG.
is the goat, and I
Out.
I will die on that hill. He is the goat, and he. mm,
That man makes switch tricks and natural tricks look like the same thing. And I'm not talking about like switch soul grind, like
No,
hurricane
switch. Yeah,
soul both ways on 30 stair rails. Like I unbelievable. I hope he's good. You know, I don't know him personally, but like I hope he's good, and I wish
I
he'd.
hope. Hey, I hope so too. It's been about 8 years since any of us have heard from him. So I hope he's good. If he happens to see this, Tim, we miss you. Come back skating. Yeah.
Yeah, man, Tim Taylor, bro. Shout out Tim Taylor. But what you been up to, man? Been a little while. I know I've
And
been fucking hectic, and you're a family man too, so I know how that shit goes.
yeah, just been skating when I can, working when I can, trying to really travel a lot more this year. I just saw that there was a contest that's happening in Kentucky, so I'm trying to make plans to go out there for some little shindig they got going on. So that should be fun. And then of course Crowder Power is happening in April also.
420.
Yup. Stoked
Be
for that.
Skate Park 420 Crowder Power. I'm gonna plug that in every chance I get. You gonna
Everyone
compete
come out to
here?
Crowder Power. Let's make it bigger and bigger and bigger each year. Everyone come out, support the homie Chris Crowder. He's doing a great job with his contest. Come out.
Yeah,
You don't have a choice. You have to come out.
that boy, he lives for fucking rollerblading, man. He supports everybody. I say it every time I fucking talk about him, man. Like he's a good dude, bro. Shout out Chris. Definitely.
Indeed.
Indeed. Yes.
Indeed.
Indeed. But yeah, man. So a lot of new products coming out. Like, how do you feel about that? Like, I'm a little like I haven't kept up with everything. Like you just said, you same with you. But I know Winter Clash had that trade show, and I saw the Echo skates. I saw the standard skates, but I've seen the standards already. And some other stuff coming out too, like some power slide things, some sways, some new pro models. It's getting crazy, bro.
Dude, there's a lot of stuff coming out. Like, it's sick seeing a bunch of skates because that just means more options. But some of these newer skates, like, they seem to look very, very similar. So, the internals, like, as far as how it actually feels, could be different. But a lot of these boots are looking kind of the same, which, I mean, if that's what works, then that's what works. So, like, I'm not knocking on anything. People still wear Converses from 1950 something. So,
Yeah,
that works. So if a basic skate, like, the silhouettes that are coming out nowadays, if that's what's working and that's like the optimal or better performing like type of skate, then yeah, I mean, I prefer a little extra something on the boot, you know, just like a little bit more kind of detailing and whatnot, but that's just me.
yeah.
Now, I do like that a lot of these skates are finally starting to come out with bigger sole plates. I am a man who loves a bigger sole plate.
And I'm the opposite, bro. I
I
like
know,
blades.
give me a big sole plate and I'm happy. People can say that's cheating or it's easy mode. Like, I'm not skating to try to make things harder for myself. Like, if something can make it easier, then by all means give it to me. I do not care.
Coming from
Like,
the person skating 65 millimeter flat,
it's easy.
you don't want to make it harder for yourself.
It's easy. 65 millimeter is not hard when you have the frames for it. Like if the axles and the symmetrics were set like lower down in the closer to the ground in the frame, I guess, like, then yeah, it would feel really weird. But they're set higher up in, so the wheels are farther into the frame, so it feels like you're skating like 60 mil or 58 millimeter wheels. It doesn't feel like 65.
Yeah. I mean, I felt that way. Like, I mean, we've talked about it. When I switched to 60 flat from 65 Annie, like, I thought it was going to be a bigger deal. I
No.
really did. Like, everyone, I skated flat in the past and had some troubles and, like, on
Yeah,
and
but
off.
that was back when we were skating like
Yeah.
54, 55 millimeter. Like 58 was considered a huge wheel
Yeah.
back in the day.
I don't think it's, I feel like flat is just a matter of positioning. That's
It
it.
is.
Like, and same thing with Annie Rocker, because I've had one of my homies hit me up recently and said he switched to Annie Rocker and was struggling. That he was just rocking all over the place. And it's like, I hear you, man. I'm there too. I do it all the time. If I try to skate Annie Rocker, I feel like I can't get locked into my position the proper way. But when I skate flat, I feel like the idea of potential wheel bite will force me to lock in the right way or just not do the trick. I mean, you said you don't want to make things harder. I kind of, myself, I want to make it harder for myself.
See, I don't even think of wheel bite. Like wheel bite's never been a thing that's been in my head. And I don't know if it's because I've been skating flat since I was like 15.
Oh,
And
shit.
even then it started out as a joke. Do what?
I didn't know you were skating flat for that long.
Yeah, I can show you where I was skating flat with physics.
Shit.
Yeah.
Kudos to
And
you
that
for
started
doing
off as a
that, man.
Well, it started off as a joke because I just wanted physics because of the shock absorption. And it was Tim, Arsenio, and a bunch of the other homies around here said, "Oh, you better skate those flat or Tim's going to take them out from under your feet." And I was like, "No, I just spent $120 on these frames and there's no more." And so I got some wheels and started skating them flat, and it took me like, I don't know, a couple days to get used to it. And like I've had my sense with Annie Rocker here and there in between, like if like I fucked up a wheel or something, or and I had to skate Annie Rocker until I got more wheels. But like, yeah, I've been skating mostly flat since 14, 15 and have kept it there since. And like I said, I don't know if it's just because I'm used to it, but like whenever people talk about wheel bite, I'm like, what are you talking about wheel bite? Like, what?
That's like Troy, man. I was talking to Troy the other day, and he was like, "Oh, Annie Rocker's harder than flat." Like, please explain that. But
I would say the only thing that's harder skating Annie Rocker versus flat is if you're skating some shitty ground.
Yeah.
Or if you're trying to like keep your speed. Like it's easier to keep your speed when you're riding flat because you have more wheels. And it's harder to keep your speed on Annie Rocker because you only got 4 wheels, and eventually your speed dies down because all the weight and everything's distributed on less wheels.
That's why
But I mean, aside from that, it's not really harder. I mean, probably a little more awkward for someone, like me, who's been skating mostly flat the entire time I've been skating. But I mean, give me 3 or 4 days and, it wouldn't be anything.
Yeah. I do it for the, like you said, maintaining speed. Like, honestly, like the grind difference isn't too much of a difference. It doesn't affect me in the way some people have that problem. But like me landing a trick and not roll, I nothing frustrates me more than trying to land a trick and then you land at like a complete halt.
Oh yeah.
Like you roll away for like 2 seconds and just stop moving. That we're on wheels. I don't think that should happen.
No.
So that's definitely a weight thing. No middle wheels, no support. So like flat just keeps me moving. I'm a big guy, so
Yeah.
I need that extra sometimes.
Yeah, and also wheels last a lot longer skating flat.
Fuck yeah, man.
Like I've been skating on the same set of wheels now for almost a year. Tell me someone who's riding Annie Rocker who can skate the same wheels for an entire year.
A month and a half tops.
Yeah.
If they don't chunk.
Yeah.
That's if wheels. Like I'm skating 50/50s right now, like flat, and I've been skating them, I want to say, since the end of the summer. And they're almost at the same exact profile as when they started. I rotated them for the sake of rotating them, and they still feel brand new. They still have the same profile, no chunks, no splits, no nothing. If I was skating Annie Rocker and I've skated 50/50 wheels Annie Rocker, that's not going to happen. You're definitely going to whip shit out of them.
Yeah, I've been skating the same Apex wheels that I got from Long, like last Last March. Yeah.
Shout
Last
out.
March is when I got them. So been riding those for this whole entire year, and they're what are they? They're probably at like 59s now, and they were at 65 when I first got them. So probably need to get a fresh batch here soon for the Crowder contest because I'm not trying to ride on some lower wheels. I want full speed.
I'm waiting to see what you do, man. I've been to both so far, and I love watching the finals because it's all you motherfuckers at the same time going ham on that wall. I've been skating Marsh, I want to say, for 4 years straight, and I have yet to try to hit that wall.
Well, maybe it's time for you to try to hit it. Like, what's stopping you, dude? It's just a big quarter pipe. That's all it is. It's
honestly just not skating transition enough. Like I used to be able to get up there, and I go to Marsh, and like I see everyone ripping the transition, and I just get discouraged because I suck.
And I mean, you also grew up in the streets up in New York, so you weren't much of a transition skater either, though. Like, I grew up in a skate park. Like, that's like street's fun. Don't get me wrong. I love skating ledges. I like rails, but give me a good skate park. Like, if we had one around here, you wouldn't catch me in the street probably that much.
I wish that, and I love street skating. I'll street skate till the day I die because that's how I started. Like I started that way. I've always done it. But I wish I was able to learn vert. Like,
hold on, vert or park?
Vert, like real vert, like
like 12, like the 12-foot half pipe and all that. That's
man.
What you're talking?
I wish, like, I will never do it. I may drop in, but I'm talking about like full blown doing lines, like air tricks. I was always amazed by that, and it caught my eye as a kid. And I know younger kids like my son and stuff too. It catches their eye, but like that shit is scary, man. Like,
dude, that's what got me into skating. Really, like I mean, I rolled around a good bit when I was a kid playing hockey and whatnot. But then I remember I was at a friend's house and the X Games came on, and it was when Matt Lindenmuth was trying to triple backflip. So of course there was him and the Yasutoko brothers and Shane Yost and all those dudes. Like that's sick, and like that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to be a vert skater, but we didn't have a vert ramp here. And then the first time I ever went to a 12-foot and tried to air, I'm like, oh, this is terrifying. Like at my peak of vert skating, I think maybe I could air out maybe 4 or 5 feet out of the transition.
Okay. Not me. I can drop in and that's it. If that.
And like I would say my best trick that I had at one point that I only ever landed maybe 2 or 3 times ever in a vert ramp was a fake by a 9.
That's sick.
Maybe. Yeah, I landed it 2 or 3 times. Aside from that, it just never worked out. That's because I never had one to learn on, so I would always just try to throw it and hope for the best. Whenever I did enter like a little like amateur vert contest down in like Atlanta or something, because they had like a Woodward Park down there, and they had a 12-foot vert. So I'd go there and try to like learn things, but you know you can only learn so much in a 3-hour session, and then drive back home, 2-3 hours and come back a month later.
Were you one of those kids that had like all the wristbands for all the sessions on?
No. Those things got ripped up the second I hopped back in the car.
Dude, my homie Sean Wicks from Orlando.
Yo, I know Sean.
Shout out Sean, bro.
Dude, yeah, he used to go to Woodward in Atlanta all the fucking time. Dude, that fool would wear like 2 pair of boxers, a pair of gym shorts, a pair of jeans under that, and then a pair of sweatpants, and then like 5 fucking shirts.
Yeah, man. And be like bright as hell too. Like,
yes,
bright color.
Yes. Dude, and he would tap dance on any rail or any fucking ledge, dude. He was wild.
Rooftop Soyal in 2 seconds, bro. Like I don't even know what it was. Like I was struggling with it. And he was just like, he gave me some pointers and he was just turn your shoulders into it and slap your foot down. And the next try, bro, right around the sea ledge, true top Soyal. I was like, what the fuck, man? Like struggled for like an hour on that trick. And within like seconds, he made that go off in my head and had it perfect, bro.
Dude, what has that guy been? I actually found an old edit of him. I was hanging out with some of the homies in Atlanta and we were talking about him and we pulled up an old edit. Have you heard from him at all?
Like
in recent years?
I don't want to get too personal with it, but he did have some personal issues. There's actually a video on of floating around the internet.
No, I
Um,
remember hearing about that. Like, and
yeah,
you know,
when he lost the skate shop, it kind of like
yeah.
he had a urban rolling skate shop in California in Long Beach, and he lost the skate shop and he went through some shit. And I do believe he's back in Orlando now, but he's not skating.
Is he
Not that
doing good though? Like, is he doing good? Like, just outside of skating though?
last time I heard he was okay, and I hope he is still okay. I lost touch with him. It's been a couple of years,
Yeah,
but last time I talked to him, he was doing better than what he was. You
that's
know?
good. That's good.
Shout out
That's
Sean,
good.
man. Nothing but love, bro. Like
Hell yeah, dude.
if you see this, man, hit me up, bro. Hit me up on Facebook or something. Hit me up and let me know you're good, bro. Because you're definitely like you made an impact on the sport. I remember at his age, he was doing tricks that I've never seen before.
Dude,
And
he would, like I said, he would tap dance on rails. Like, he would be able to do like 8 trick switch ups on
yeah,
anything. Like, just, and he was playing around doing it.
yeah, both
Playing around.
park and street.
Yes. Yes.
Park and street. Like you got to make that clear. Like, dude can do hammers. He can do tech shit. He can do park. He can do flips. He can do spins. All that shit.
Yeah,
And
you can't. Holy shit. Yeah,
record
dude. He would do misty flips and 900s off bank ramps like it was nothing. Holy shit. Yeah, he did.
it. Yeah. Have you ever skated vans in Florida? The van skate
No,
park?
no. The only parks that I've ever skated in Florida was Kona, some weird indoor park somewhere in Jacksonville. Also, maybe it's Jacksonville. I don't know. And then Lot 11,
Okay.
and then some random outdoor park that me and a friend skated in Orlando after a powwow, and that's it. It was like some little like prefab metal park under like a shelter area.
Florida is hell to skate. Like, I think that's what killed a lot of my skating was when I moved to Florida. I just didn't want to go outside. It was just too hot. My wheels weren't making it. Like, it was too hot, man.
Well, yeah, you were also from New York where it's freezing cold every single
Yeah.
day. Like once you get down in the South, dude, like right now, dude, what's my card saying? It's saying it's 72 and it's March. Like, yeah,
And it was like 40 this morning. It just jumps. But in New York, man, you could just put more clothes on. It's harder to take more clothes off. Like,
I'd rather have the heat because the cold hurts my bones. It reminds me of every injury I've ever had.
oh
Like
yeah,
once it gets cold out, I'll hop out of bed and then all of a sudden a random part of my body goes, "Hey, remember when you were 19 and you fell on this? Yeah, I'm back." So I'll take the heat. The heat doesn't hurt. Cold hurts. Like
yeah,
it makes me not want to get out of my house.
yeah. So, speaking of competitions and stuff, I've noticed a lot more competitions popping up, which is cool. Like,
Yeah,
we were dry for a while, like
dude, we
little
had
little comp here
none
and
here.
there, like nothing to the level. I feel like Crowder Power, Blade Cup. There's a couple other comps I can't remember the names right now, but
Yeah,
like
there's a handful up in New York that have been popping up. I don't remember the ones like the names of the ones up in New York, but they've been trying to get more contests up there. Um, yeah, there's a bunch more popping up things because, like you said, we were dry there. Like it seemed like after like not the last bitter cold, but like the first last one back in 2013. After that one said it was the last one, it seems like contests just kind of kept drying up, and there was less and less and less.
there's more skaters. I feel now too. I feel like
Yeah.
the COVID era finally we got out of that. We
Yes.
got out
Well,
of the I started skating again era.
yeah. Well, I think also because like people like those people came back skating, and a lot of them were people who used to skate really well back in the day, and they came back and like, "Where's the contest?" And then people were like, "Well, if no one's gonna put one on, then screw it, I'll put one on." Like Richard Williams down in Atlanta, he started putting on a contest in June called Captains of Concrete, which is a dope one. That one's got this year's gonna be the third year, and it's a dope contest also. And a lot of other people are just throwing their own contests, and they're starting to like get notoriety and get a little bit bigger and a little bit bigger. And
Mm-hmm.
I think Air Manatee, he's putting one on in Kentucky in April also. I just saw that on Instagram earlier today.
Yeah, I saw that too. It had some clips of him skating too, right?
Yeah, yeah.
I saw that earlier. Shout out Air Manatee. But yeah, like definitely. Like, do you think? What do you think showcases? And this is going to be an opinion-based answer probably, but like, what showcases blading better? Like a street competition, a park competition, or something like, I don't know what to call it, a festival competition, like Blade Cup.
Okay,
Blade
so
Cup.
are we talking what showcases rollerblading best to other rollerbladers or
No,
to
like
outside people?
both. Because I think the answer for us is easy.
Well, so me, I like seeing park contests more than street contests.
Okay.
I think for the majority of rollerbladers there, they want to see a street contest, but outside people, like, you know, your neighbor down the street, they would like to see a park contest more. I think that showcases rollerblading better to the outside. But for rollerbladers, I think street's going to showcase more to rollerbladers.
Okay.
But the reason why I say I prefer a park contest is because, you know, let's look at Julian Cadeau, right?
Amazing.
He is a monster at street, but he's also a monster at park. But if you put him in a park contest, he can do all his street tricks in a park contest, but then he has his transition right there. So he has this full bag of tricks. And there's a lot of skaters who are like that, who have an entire separate bag of tricks when it comes to transition, which they can't show in a street contest. You know, like Montre. Like Montre can, you know, do all the flat spins. He can 900. He can Misty Flip, do all that kind of stuff. He can Misty Flip. Well, he's Misty Flip out of grinds in street contests before too. So, but like, you know, like you can't launch off. Yeah, but like you can't launch off a ramp in a street contest. You know, like so you take some people's like you take half of a person's bag sometimes in a street contest. You know, like I mean their bag's already pretty full from their street, you know, skating.
Yeah.
But like to me, park can show a skater's like their entire aspect and like trick vocabulary.
Yeah, the trick vocabulary there that's important too, because I feel like, and I've been to like a number of IMYTAs and East Coast street comps and stuff, and a lot of street competitions more than park competitions. But
Yeah,
what I is like a lot of people will look at some of these skaters and these bigger names and be like, oh, they're amazing, so they should be able to kill it, and don't realize like their whole section is topsoil.
yeah,
And like it may be insane what the obstacle that they're hitting is insane, that it doesn't matter what trick they do. Whatever works for them works for them. If you go to a street competition, you're just getting a 20 stair rail, like never mind the butterflies you're gonna get regardless, but like you also have to run through like what can I even do on here?
Yeah,
in 10 minutes.
Because like I've seen street contests where the person who won was literally the person who just said fuck it and threw a royale down the last spot.
Yeah, because no one else.
You know, so, yeah, like Michael Bro Gumby is a very great example of that. Like, I mean, he's got tricks, don't get me wrong, but he just wants to do the biggest things ever, and he doesn't care if he hurts himself. I've seen him skate in a sling from dislocating his shoulder, like wrap it up in a shirt and keep skating just because he wants to do a trick on that obstacle.
Yeah.
Like, and sometimes that's all it takes in a street contest, is just being that person who just wants to do the obstacle more. Like, you don't have to always hurricane topsoil or, you know, 450 front royale or rail to win. You just got to be the person who wants to do the obstacle and who either doesn't care about getting hurt or is incredibly confident in their ability just to be able to do this, like skate the rail or skate the spot.
Yeah. I also feel like in the conversation about street versus park, I do feel like street contests are also largely judged on balls and style.
I would say probably like 70% balls and 30% style.
Yeah, and I feel like park is more tech. Like it's actually what you're doing. Style too, but like I feel like park like you watch like old X Games and NIS and the Shockwave games. Like the tricks were sick, but at the time it's all in the moment. So like it's not like you have the time to perfect your fucking Bio 540. First time you throw it, and if you land it, you land it. Like fuck it, you did it. But like you can't really like refine it in the same way you can like topsoil a rail, land it sketchy, and then be like, all right, I can just bend my knees into it and like really adjust my positioning and really make it look good. And then like that be the clip and that be a banger. But like you
Yeah,
had the time to find it.
yeah. Because in a street contest, like, you know, if you don't land it the way you want to, you can just run back up to the top of the stairs and do it again. And then, you know, everyone goes crazy. Like, oh shit, he actually like did it. But like, yeah, in a park contest, like your run, that's it. Like you either did it or you didn't do it.
Yeah, I
And
agree.
and even then that can throw your whole run off, because like if you land low in a ramp, or if you land without speed, like if you have a whole run planned out and you even just land off on a trick, like there goes your whole entire run.
Yeah. Have you seen the tricks for money like way of judging? I think the metric card
Yeah,
that one.
Blading Cup did that last year, right?
Yeah. How do you feel about that?
I don't really think I have an opinion either which way. Like it's dope. Like, you know, like someone who is a no name could do a dope trick, and if the judges think it's dope, they're gonna give the dude money for it, you know? Like, so I mean it's cool in that aspect. But at the same time, like I really miss 55-second runs.
Yeah, because you missed the action. That's why
Like,
I feel like you missed the action for tricks for money. Like it's kind of like you might have missed the trick and have been the best trick.
yeah. Cause like for me, like, because Richie Velasquez like really helped me learn how to put runs together. Like he sat there with me and like made me go through my park and like told me how to do lines, how to do runs, how to link things together. And so I grew up learning how to do that stuff and really like worked on it hard. And so whenever the 55-second runs went away and it became 10-minute jam sessions, then it was like, okay, so now I got to redo my thinking. And then with the catch for tricks thing, now it's just kind of like, okay, so let me just pick out a handful of tricks and just try those over and over and over again. I mean, it's just a different contest style, and that's what it is. I just kind of have a thing for the old way of skating contests with runs, and it's just you out there and you have to do your whole thing.
Yeah.
And
I think there's a place for all of it. It all has
yeah,
this, and everyone's skating. I think that's what was so dope about rollerblading is just that, like there's so many different styles of skating that can still fit in the same arena just differently. But
yeah,
there's some styles that lean towards like this would be skaters that skate like this will be good for cash or tricks. Skaters that skate like this is good for runs. Skater like I love that there's that variety
yeah.
because it keeps it from getting boring. Like you can always switch off. You can always try new things. That I get burnt out trying tricks sometimes at 35. So like I'll go
Now
roll. Like
there was
it's
one contest format that I liked a lot that I skated in. It was at a barn. It was at Barn Burner, and what they did was it was jam session format, but you got to do a run. And once your run was over, the next person went, and it just cycled through the list the entire time until the time ran out. So like you had the entire part to yourself, so where you could just go do whatever, and then once you stopped, the next person went, and
gotcha.
then the next person went, and so on and so. I think they did that in the 2008 LG Action Games. It was supposed to be kind of
Yeah, it
like
was like
best.
as soon as you fall, it was like that's the end of the run. But if you keep going, you keep going.
Yeah, and then it just cycles through everyone in the heat until the time runs out. I think that's a good format, but that's just me. Because like
Good for
it,
both.
yeah, because like you can go and do everything you want to do, or you can just pick one trick to try to do, and you still kind of get like a little bit of like a breather like you do in jam sessions. Because that's one thing that I do like about a jam session is like you can go at it, and then if you need to take like 10, 15 seconds to catch your breath, you can. Or if you're like me, I have drinks stashed all around the park. So if I need to take a break, I have a drink over by this quarter pipe or over by this ledge. So I just grab it and take a sip right quick and go. Like
Like
that's always been my
pit
little,
stops.
yeah. Like that's always been my kind of little strategy is like, all right, time to stash my drinks around the park. So if I end up over here, I can take a quick sip and keep on going,
See, it's
which I'm
better than
surprised. Do what?
that's better than me. I just down a monster and skate until I die.
I'm surprised a lot of other people don't do that. Like put drink throughout the park because like you're gonna end up in each part of the park at some point, like to like chill out or if you fell or something. So might as well have a drink ready so you can kind of like stay hydrated and like, keep your throat, nice and like not dry and feel
But
like you're
that's
dying.
people that do skate the whole park. Because think about it, how many people like me, like I'll go to a park and just find a P rail and a ledge, and that's where I'm staying all day.
Well, I'm talking about like in a contest.
Oh yeah, oh that, yeah.
Yeah, and that's what I mean. Like, stash your drinks like in different parts of the park for the contest.
Yeah.
Like at Crowder, let's see, I have one by the wall. I'll have one by the weird triangle ledge thing. I'll have one behind the pool coping, like quarter pipes. I have the channel right there, and then I'll have one kind of off to the side where that barrier is. That's where I put my drinks at. I'll have a Gatorade at each one of those areas, so I can just like roll over, take a sip, and keep going.
Yeah. I want to see more people get down on that barrier, man.
Hey, I'm just saying.
I want to go at it. Like I feel like people neglect that barrier. I feel like the last one, maybe not. Was that the one that they put the PVC on top of it?
Yeah.
Yeah. But I want to see people go at it exactly how it is. Like, because it's a challenge. It's definitely. Like, I mean, I also have PTSD because the homie Dave X smashed his teeth out.
I remember seeing that. I remember seeing that clip.
That was my introduction to him, and that's the home. Shout out David X, man. But like, he smashed his teeth, and ever since then, like, I don't even want to look at that thing. And I like barriers.
Like, I know I would have clips on, or not clips, tricks on that barrier. It's just like, it's tall, and you got to jump really far, and you got to jump high to it, and just it's not my kind of obstacle. Like,
I want someone get a true Miz 720 into the bank.
Ooh, that sounds like an Arsenio Patterson trick right there.
That's who I had in mind, bro. I swear on everything just now. I pictured Arsenio doing it.
Like, he'd be able to true Miz 720 out. He'd be able to do that.
High from the ground to true Miz, but like, I want to see true Miz from the floor, 720 into the bank.
Like, if anyone could do it, I feel it's Arsenio.
It's 100% possible. So anyone watching it, Arsenio, if you're watching this, that's the winning trick for Crowder Power. True Miz 720 out. Or Tucker.
I'm not true Miz doing that from the flat.
True kind grind that shit or something.
Oh, hell no. I'd rather alley negative citric acid it from the bank than try to skate it from flat into the bank.
Yeah, any of the tricks, I'm good. I'm good on that. Like on a curve.
Actually, I think I could probably do that on there. Like,
citric acid isn't my vocabulary.
Dude, it's just like a front unity. It's just like a front unity.
When you have certain skills, you can say it's just like something. When you're like me.
Well, like that's how I've always done it. Is I have my hips like if I'm doing an alley, I have my hips like I'm doing a front unity. If I'm doing a forward negative citric acid, I have my hips like I'm doing a Savannah. For all you old school heads out there, alley-oop unity.
I've never said alley-oop unity in my life, bro, and I started skating in 2000. Like,
be right back. I'm gonna go do an alley-oop royale.
Yeah, you know. All jokes aside, without the name, when you think of it as an alley-oop boot trick, I feel like it helps in executing it.
I mean,
like I struggle with front far, but if I think of it as like I'm just gonna do a royale alley-oop, I can do it.
I mean, yeah, you're right. I mean, I have to turn my body like I'm doing alley-oop porn when I do a front Savannah. That's what helps me stay on it.
I'm not
still a Savannah.
I can 270 Savannah. That's it. I can't jump into Savannah. I have to like 270 backside Savannah. I will lock it and it'll be no problem. Jumping straight into backside Savannah, horrible.
Dude, it's easy. You just jump up and you just jump up and cross your legs.
Bro, wait, I can 70 back rail and struggle just regular back rail.
Are you one of those who does back far one way and back royale the other way?
Yes.
That's why.
Yeah, I do it all. I was thinking about that. What is the proper way? Like, so doing it all on one side to be like my natural?
So I back far and back royale right footed. So if I back far, my torque foot is my right foot. If I back royale, my back foot or my backside foot is my right foot.
Okay.
So yeah, like everything, like I am right footed to a T. I just learned how to spin both ways.
Gotcha. I can spin both ways too, but I can't grind both ways.
Oh no, I can't grind every way both ways. I mean, I can do some basic stuff, but like, yeah, no, I'd rather spin both ways and do switch grinds.
Like I definitely I have no issues on any shoulder. Like that's crazy that's an issue for people. And no offense to anyone that can't do it. I learned very early, but like the rolling fakie and looking over both shoulders.
No, nope, nope,
You can't do it.
nope. Hell
Yo, get
no.
the fuck out of here, bro.
Nope, nope,
Yeah, I'll
nope.
teach you, bro.
I can spin forward both ways. I can't spin backward both ways.
No way. Really?
I have tried, and it nope.
Wow, bro. I no offense, dude, but like because I see your skating and like your level of skating, it doesn't seem like it bothers you.
When do you ever see me look over my right shoulder?
You're right. Now I'm gonna pay attention.
Never.
Now I gotta pay attention, dude. I was talking to Troy the other day, and I told him I'm making my own self mission to like lace everything in spin, out spin with like opposite spins coming out and shit.
Yeah.
But like even growing up, like I used to be able to do that with no problem. Like in spin, out spin, same shit to me. Like, and I'll show people. It's just to me, it's just staggering your feet the opposite way and looking over that shoulder. That's
It's
all.
because for me, it's because I haven't been able to find the correct posture to jump and spin looking over my right shoulder.
Gotcha.
Like whenever I do it, I feel like I'm gonna like dolphin dive backwards each time I try to like spin fakie right.
Okay. I'm shocked, man. Like I feel special now. I feel like I can do something now. Like,
Dude, that's how I feel whenever I tell people that I can spin. Because like I have some friends who, you know, they won't spin right into anything, or they won't spin left. They'll just learn the switch grind. Like if they true top horn one way, they alley top horn the other way because it's their spin. So they'll do like true top horn right footed, but they'll alley top horn left footed.
Yeah. Well, that's like I true Mizu lefty and true mistrial righty.
Nope.
I do trim trial like I'm doing a back varv, and it's switch. But I can true Mizu the other way. I can't true mistrial my natural way. But I mistrial on my left foot, and I've never done a mistrial righty unless it's a switch up on a rail.
So with the mistrial, I can do it both ways, and this is where it's hard for me to determine sometimes what is switch and regular for me. Left-footed or alley mistrial or true mistrial is easier to lock but scarier to do. Right-footed true mistrial is harder to lock but easier for me to try.
Gotcha.
Like mentally, like I'm not scared to go try a right-footed true mistrial. It's just harder to lock. But the left-footed true mistrial is a little more scarier to actually go and attempt. Gotcha. But once I'm up there, I lock it and I can hold it. So I don't know which one would be considered the switch. Because like down here, and I'm sure you've heard this from a handful of people up in Raleigh too, like generally your switch is what, like we consider your switch is the one that you would least likely want to do.
Yeah.
Yeah. But so like that's where it kind of is like, which one is my switch one? They're both difficult in a different way for me to do.
Yeah, because like, I top horn switch. I can't regular top horn on a ledge. Rails a little different, but like if I go to do a left, I skate lefty on most of my tricks. So like if I do a top horn on my left foot, it's only on a rail. But if I go on a ledge, I feel super comfortable on my right foot. But I don't even porn on my right foot regularly.
Switch top horn on a ledge, it sounds so terrifying.
Really? Like, one of my favorite switch ups is still the switch top horn.
No.
Really?
Like, no. That is so awkward. Well, it's also because it's like a switch back unity, and I'm terrible at switch unities.
Really?
It's a hip thing.
Bro, I grew up thinking all these tricks were whack because like I just thought anything I could do too easily or like came naturally to me wasn't hard enough.
I mean, I'm the same way. That's how I feel about alley negative like Mizu and alley negative mistrial and like my negative tricks that I can do, and then like tabernacles to me are like, I mean, I love doing them, but like at the same time, like it's kind of whack, right? But like, no, it's cool. I'm like, no, but it's a tabernacle.
Dude, Jeff Stockwell used to do them all the time, and I feel like no one even like appreciated it.
Yeah, holy shit, he did do it back in the Razor days. Yeah.
I've seen him do it. There was a mini ramp clip that I've seen Ryan Northway do it. 7.
Stockwell did it in the game against Blade with Chris Happy.
Yeah, which I don't think Chris Happy won any of those games.
He beat Montre at Bitter Cold.
Okay, because it was
That was
bitter.
the only one.
Because he got destroyed by everybody else, and Happy's a god, skate god.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So on the topic of unorthodox, weird, difficult tricks, I had a conversation with some people like recently, and we were talking about some of the newer school skating, and in particular, like the bonking and stair riding, right? And like that being like clips. How do you feel about that? What makes good skating to you, and at what level at what point do the tricks go from being like a novelty trick to being a trick? If that's a thing for you, because that's just for me personally. There's some things that are like novelty to me, and something.
I think what makes a good trick is it looking intentional and not looking like something, not looking like an accident. Like, for example, like that whole kind of trend that happened where people were like stepping one foot off the rail and then hopping back on it to another trick. There's a right way and a wrong way to do a lot of those kind of things. Like with that trick particularly, like some people who would stick their foot down and like roll for a minute and then like switch up to another trick from that like 1 foot roll. To me, it looks like you missed the trick. You put your foot down and you tried to save it. But if you like use that foot on the ground and almost kind of like push and jump off it, kind of like more like a plant.
Yeah, like still
Then
switch both feet.
yeah, like let's just say you did like soul grind and then you took your groove foot off, like the front foot, and then like pushed off the ground with that foot and went into a back Savannah. That's sick. But if you like had that foot rolling there and then went to the back Savannah, then it's kind of like
or soul step down and then Mizu. It's like
yeah. And then when you say bonking, what do you mean? Just like little taps on the rail, like gapping part of the stairs and just kind of like tap.
Stair bashing, and not necessarily like wizard skating and stuff. Like aggressive skating, but like just like tapping. It's almost like skateboarding on skates, in my opinion. No offense to skateboarding. Like I don't have no problems with nobody, but like it's a lot of like I don't really want to bring up the video.
I mean, I think it all depends on the obstacle and how intentional it looks, like
I have no issues with it. I just think, like you said, how it looks and how you present it is important.
Yeah, like
I don't think just rolling down stairs is a trick. Rolling down five flights of stairs, yeah, but like a
okay, hold on.
stair bash.
I'm gonna stop you right there because stair bashing can absolutely be a trick, and I'm gonna bring up an example. Dre Powell in Icons.
Yes,
he does like just a topsail down a rail, lands fakie, and then fakie threes into a stair bash.
But exactly, fakie threed into a stair bash.
But then also he just did a fakie, like he did something similar. It was right before it. He did think like top acid, landed fakie, and just stair bashed fakie.
Yeah.
So like
as long as the style's there.
I mean, I guess it goes back to kind of what we're saying. It depends on the obstacle, and it depends like how you do it. Like here's a very weird one. Have you ever seen Morganton Skate Park in North Carolina? Have you ever seen that skate park before?
Probably if I see a picture of it. I don't know.
So there's like a 9-stair rail there, but like it's outside of the park. And the Black Beanie Club, they have a session there every year on February 22nd, 222. And a couple years ago, Thomas Martin, he did a stair bash trick. What he did was he soul grinded down half the rail, then landed on the stair, rolled across to the other rail, and alley-oop sold down the second half of the other rail. So he landed mid-stair, carved it across. Like, and these stairs are only maybe like 5 feet across, but like like that was cool. But it was like a weird, unorthodox way of skating the rail. Like he landed on a stair, went across that same stair, and then alley-oop sold down the second half of the other rail beside him.
Gotcha.
Now, as far as like things that are novelty tricks, like, yeah, there are definitely those out there that's kind of like, why are you doing that just because you can do that? Like, I mean, I'm gonna be honest, I think my citric acid is a novelty trick. It is definitely just kind of like I do it because I can do it. And people go, he just did, what the fuck? He just did alley negative citric acid. Like, I don't take that trick serious because I think it's a goofy ass trick.
And to me, that trick is like impossible. I don't think I'll ever have like successfully citric acid.
But like,
that's what makes the point. Like, it really comes down to like intention, style, and like I'm a person that, like, I'm not gonna lie. 3 years ago, like, I was kind of like, oh, this new school skating is stupid. Everyone's skating all this small stuff. Then when I started like really paying attention and appreciating it more, and got out of that mindset of everything had to be hurricane topsail, I started appreciating a lot more like the new school stuff and the heel roll. Like, that stuff is hard, man. Like, and I'm not trying to knock on anyone skating. I'm only asking because I really trying to get everyone's perspective on this, because this is something that's new to me. And
like there are definitely some tricks out there that I look and I think they're goofy. I can't think of any like right off the top of my head, but like, just at the same time, there are people who probably look at my trick selection and like, damn, those are some goofy ass tricks. Like, I think everyone's gonna think certain tricks are goofy.
I feel like with my shit, it's like, oh, here comes another backfire.
Like, I'm trying to think of some examples, but like, I don't want to. Like, I have some, but like, I don't want to say them because I don't want to feel like I'm shit talking or calling someone out.
That's what I'm trying to avoid. But at the same time, it's like, I have love for everybody. I'm not trying to shit on nobody's shit. But like, all right, I'm gonna say it. So the video, the them team video and Tate Core or whatever. I'm not,
okay.
Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm sorry, guys. I don't remember everything. But like, the first 10 minutes of that video bored me. Like, I couldn't get into it. The music wasn't going with the skating, and I listen to like techno and shit sometimes, but like, I just felt like it was so much going on and like so artsy that it lost the skating. And then like when the skating was happening, some of those tricks felt like it was some of those guys' first tricks, even though it wasn't.
Yeah.
And then like you get at like 2 minutes later, fucking Broskow or like or Pat Ritter or what's the dude from England? Leon Humphreys, is that his name?
Yeah.
Dude kills it, bro. Like, the whole rest of the video sick. And it was like, damn, man, if that would have been in the beginning and like a little, maybe scatter those like weird tricks out into some of the,
kind of mix it,
ease it in.
I think like skating that almost looks like people are trying to do like a weird interpretive dance.
Yeah, it's like, I'm an artist, so like people are gonna think a lot of shit I do is weird, but like there's still kind of like standards that you can uphold even with doing new stuff.
There are definitely standards, and I think we're kind of in a point where people are like, no, there's no such thing as standards anymore, but like there are standards. Like, at the end of the day, we are a sport. There are rules and standards. Rules are meant to be broken a lot of the time, but still, like, we can't. I don't think there needs to be like a giant free for all when it comes to like, if you do whatever makes you happy, just know that you may get called out on something, like, and I have friends that call me out on some of my tricks, like, and I will gladly name drop these guys because they're the homies and they know I'm saying this in all in good fun. But I was with Patrick Anderson, Chris Padilla, and Josh Appleton, the homies from Atlanta, and we were skating a spot up here in South Carolina. And I went up and did an alley negative Mizu, and they shit talked me for like 15 minutes saying that's a goofy ass trick and it looks dumb. And you know what? A lot of people share that same opinion. And I do that trick knowing that someone's gonna be like, that's just a whack looking trick that's just a trick that people can't make look good.
In New York, I like how to do negatives.
What?
Like, no one paid attention if you did negative. Like, no one cared. But New York and Philly and Jersey and we were so mean to each other but loving at the same time. Like, you had to come out fakey.
Oh, dude, yeah, fake, and yeah, I
Play
mean, we
out to
had those.
forward, it does not count in any way, shape, or form. Like, nothing to forward counts unless the trick was backwards.
Yeah, no, I mean, we had those down here too, and I think that was mostly because of like Tim Taylor. Like, we all tried to follow what he did, so we did like, if you didn't grab it, it didn't count. Um, you had, it's not that you had to come out fakey, but like if you couldn't come out fakey, like we took that as like a sign of lack of control. So like that meant you couldn't really do the trick that well.
Yeah. I also feel like sometimes it looks incomplete. I feel like our sport is built off of motion. So it's not like a skateboard that like the board flips. So you're looking at the board, the bike, tail whipping, bar spins, and all that shit. We're all like body motion. So like sometimes you do a trick and you're in one position. I feel like if you don't complete that rotation or do something else, it looks incomplete.
Yeah, no, like I did a trick recently. The homie Rob Ayers and Sammy, they took me and Cody to a spot up in Hendersonville, and it was like I don't know, it was a 20-something stair down there, but it was really, really mellow. And everyone else was done, and so I was like, fuck it, I'll do it. And I was trying to mistrial it. Mistrial wasn't working out, so I just mused it. And I can't.
I know really.
Yeah, and I came out forward, and it felt goofy. But like I came out forward because like the rail ended in a corner of the tennis court, like the outside corner. So like if you you had to come off one way, or else you were running into that corner.
It's almost like the best case scenario is lava.
Yeah, like you almost have to, because you either go off into the sidewalk this way and there's limited room, or you can come off the other way and you have infinite sidewalk. And I came off forward because I didn't want to run into the corner. But like, even I'll go back and look at that clip. I'm like, I look goofy because I didn't come out fakey, because like, and I mean, it was a big rail and I did it, but like, it's kind of what you're saying. Like, if like even looking at it or even doing it, it felt incomplete. Like, I was like, I did the rail, but I don't really feel like I did it. Like
almost unfinished business.
Yeah.
Dude, I have a phone full of clips that I can probably post that count, and I will not post them because of like not coming out fakey. Or like my son is 13 and films with me and knows if I did not land fakey, I'm going again.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter how hard it was, or like I'm giving up on that trick for that day. Like, nah, I'm not doing it because I can't get the whole trick. That's just my personal, like, I try to uphold that still. But if the people who are just starting, don't do that. Don't do that. You're gonna end up putting a lot of like mental blocks in your brain. Like, you can shoot for it, but don't limit yourself when you're first learning.
Learn the trick, and then once you've learned the trick itself, then build on that trick. Then start learning how to do everything else into it and out of it.
Yeah.
Like there's a couple people who are on the newer side who I've been skating with, and I'm not going to name drop them just because I don't want to make them feel some kind of way. But like, they're so focused on how the trick looks versus actually just doing the trick. So they get lost in trying to be like, oh, am I low enough? Or does it look good when I do it? It's like, you just learned how to do the trick. Like, get comfortable with just doing the trick.
Yeah.
Do it 1,000 times. And then once you know you can just jump on any obstacle and do it, then start working on how it looks. Like, get comfortable, like make it second nature just getting on it. Then you can dissect it and pick it apart and make it better.
Yeah.
Like, that's the best thing I can tell anyone who's trying to learn tricks, like especially newer skaters, is don't worry about how the trick looks at first. Just get comfortable just jumping onto the trick. And then once you can do it without thinking, aesthetics.
Oh, lost you for a second, but you're back.
Yeah. But yeah, aesthetics should always come second to the trick, because if you can't even do the trick, it doesn't matter how it looks.
Exactly. There's tons of dudes that like can get that ninja posture that we used to look for a picture.
Like Frankie, Dominic Sagona.
But they can't hold their tricks. Their knees give out, their balance is off, and then it becomes like, all right, that's awesome that you can do that ninja shit, but can you skate a long rail?
Yeah.
Can you finish the ledge? That's the things that we try to shoot for. Like, yeah, make it look good, but also be able to do these things, not just mastering one part of it. Again, blading is all in your body. It's not. The skates aren't doing the trick. We are doing the trick.
And sometimes, and there's probably a lot of people who disagree with me on this, a lot of people, but sometimes, your body just may not want to do a certain thing that you're trying to get it to do.
Yeah.
Like, I know I won't ever have a super low back royale. As much as I want it, I just won't have it. My body will not do it. I've tried to do it since I was younger, and it just won't do it. But I can back royale, and I can make it still look good. It just won't be like, I'm not going to be sitting on the rail.
Yeah.
And I am happy, like I am fine with that. Like there are some tricks that I'm just like, no matter how much I try to tweak my body into getting it to do a certain thing, it just won't. And I'm fine with that. Like there are some things that I, like because your body at the end of the day knows what's best, and it's going to do what it's going to do. Yeah, you can work on a lot of things and tweak this and tweak that and make this look better and make that look better. But some things, there are just going to be parts that your body just won't do.
Yeah.
No matter what you do with it.
The last 2 sessions that I had, I was like hitting stop signs. Like I would like, and my son even says to Dad, like, in your eyes, you're saying you're gonna do the trick, and I roll up to it and just like stop. I'm like, yo, I don't feel it today. Like I would, and it's simple shit. So like it could be a royale, and I would be like, today I'm going to stay away from royales because it's just not feeling right. Doesn't mean I can't do it. It's just not feeling right. And then some days they'll feel perfect. Like I'm gonna do royales all day, or I'm gonna do topsoils all day and con grinds all day. But like you really got to listen to your body. You said it earlier, body discipline and all that. Like it's all in your control. Like, that's more important sometimes than style is control.
Yeah, because like there for the longest time, I wanted to have a true topsoil like Austin Paz.
Shout out Austin. That's the homie.
Like I wanted to be able to just sit down on my foot and just like turn that arm, just have like that window right there.
Yep.
But like it just don't.
Yo, he's the one that's like you that just says just do it.
And like, but like at the end of the day, like I can go true topsoil and I can true topsoil a decent length. Like I've been able to like hold a true topsoil for a long time. And I've learned how to make it look well with the way my body allows me to do it. Like my arm does this weird like thing where it kind of skirts back, but like I've never had anyone tell me that my true topsoil looks ugly. So until then, it's a good true topsoil. So
you have really good unity tricks too.
Oh, unities are so... See, I can manipulate a unity. I can sit down if I want to on those.
Your control and unity shows, and that counts as Savannah, unity, front unity, whatever you want. But like you can, it shows, 100%. And your 270 tricks are on point.
They can be. I haven't done a lot of 270 tricks here lately. I need to bring those back in the bag because I had at a point where I had every 270 trick, like Savannah, unity, like the hard 270 unity where you wrap the leg around. Yeah. I had that for a stint, and I need to work on those because that's a really fun trick to whip out because not a lot of people do 270 back unity.
Yeah, not. They did 270 Savannah.
Yeah.
I think 270 harder.
Do what?
I think 270 back unity is harder than 270 Savannah.
Well, it's because it's almost like a 360 acid,
Yeah, it's a full rotation. It's all or nothing. Get to it.
But like the 270 Savannah, or as the old heads, just regular Savannah, you're just jumping and you're twisting your legs. That's all you're doing is just twisting your legs together.
Yeah. So, you've been in the game for a while. What keeps you motivated to still go? Because you're in your 30s, right?
Yeah. I turned 33 in June. Dude, it's just fun. Like that's what it is for me. Like, I suppose I could go out and play basketball, or I could, join a softball league, I guess, if I really wanted it. But like those things aren't fun to me. Rollerblading is fun. And I can do it whenever I want. I can do it with people. I can do it by myself. I can skate a curb if I want to. I can go skate a park. It can be different every single time. Like I can go. It's different every time, and that's what makes it fun. Like I could come up to Raleigh and skate with you and skate something that I've never skated before. Or if I don't want to do anything, I can just go to our DIY and skate an angle iron ledge for an hour or two. Like I mean, it really is just because it's fun at the end of the day. And also because I've been doing it for so long now that if I quit, I feel like I wasted 24 years of my life.
But you can tell you care about your tricks, man. Like I watch your skating all the time. You're one of the most consistent people that I know as far as like you put out. It felt like at one point you were putting out clips every day.
I was. Now,
I know
for
you
a while, it was
like
every
that
single day I had something.
That was crazy to me. And good tricks too. It's not even like bullshit. Like you're going out and like filming by yourself or with and just putting shit out. Like, how do you find the drive to consistently film shit?
It's for the scrapbook, dude. The scrapbook. Like, and that's something me and Cody talk about. Like a lot of the times, like, yeah, we post things because I want everyone who posts things. We want outside validation. We want someone to comment, like, "Yo, that's fucking sick." Like we all want that. But like, I'll go back and watch some old YouTube videos that I have, and some of those tricks, I'm like, "What the fuck was I thinking?" So like to go out and be able to film tricks and post them on like Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, whatever social media you use, it's also so you can kind of go back and be like, damn, I fucking did that.
Yeah.
Like, so that way you always have it, it's a scrapbook. Like people back in the day had
it that way, man. I really like that, the scrapbook thing. I've never heard anyone say that before. That's a really good way of thinking of it.
Because like I can pull like, for people that like, friends that don't skate, I can go back on my Instagram or whatever it be, and I can be like, yo, look at this thing that I did right here. Like, look at this, and like sometimes, you can roll up on a spot that's not really a spot, like, like where they're doing construction and they just happen to have the materials out, like, PVC pipe or different like pipes or whatever laying about. And it's a one day spot. So, you got to go get the trick and you can film it. Like, yo, remember whenever they had all this crazy shit out at this place and we made this weird fucking thing? Like, it's for me, it's at the end of the day, so something I can go look back on and just be like, fuck yeah.
Do you do you watch your own skating?
All the fucking time.
All right. I'm the type of person that like I'll catch like one clip and then be in the bathroom watching the same fucking clip over and over and over and over again.
Dude, I'll go watch my own shit all the time. Like sometimes it's because I'm like, damn, like, why did I do that? Or other times like, yeah, but like, like, it's like how whenever people talk about having a conversation with someone, if you want to get someone to really like, if you want someone to talk to you, get them to talk about themselves. Everybody likes themselves at the end of the day. So yeah, I watch my own clips and I like watching my own stuff.
I do too, man. And a lot of it, like you said, I guess it's like the scrapbooking. Like I'll study a trick and understand what I was doing wrong or what I was doing right.
Yeah, dude, I watch my fuck ups more than I watch my actual clips.
100%, because that's how you learn. Like I'm trying to film a section now, right? Like a part.
Let's go. Let's get that E. It's an E money clip.
It's a double part, so there is someone else. I'm pretty sure everyone has put together who this is going to be with, but
who is it? Troy?
Yeah. Cat's out the bag. Me and Troy are doing a section together. But it came about from, I was just talking to him one day and was just like, dude, we've been friends for 20 fucking years, bro. And we have nothing together to show for it. Like, not a lot of pictures together, not nothing. It's like, I just want to do shit with my homies, man. Like,
yeah,
anybody. Like, and I know everyone else is gonna be, their skating's gonna be better than mine, but like, it's almost like I want to create those memories of me and the homies, so like my kids can see that shit. Like, yo, this is what they were doing and stuff. And my kids do see that, man. Like, all my kids like skating.
Yeah,
and in different aspects, but they all like skating, and I really want to do the best skating I can with one of the homies that I grew up with.
Dude, that's what me and Cody and like all the people who used to skate around here did. Like, if you go on Cody's Vimeo account, he like, and him and like all of us, we just had like the basic little Sony handy cams, but we'd go out and do like, we made some videos and there's some like legit skating in there. And then whenever like filming with your phone first started becoming a thing, Like I went out, I bought the fisheye clip, for the phone, and I was making daily edits there for a while. Like if we just went out to a spot or a couple spots, I'd make like a minute long edit of just me and whoever else I was skating with. Or if we went to the skate park, make a little day park edit kind of thing.
Yeah, I think
Like,
some people overthink it. Like, I feel like it can stop you from making a section or making a part or an edit if you're trying to like think of it as like it has to be like some video shit, like some Razor's video premiere status section.
yeah, yeah. And sometimes even overthinking your tricks, like, kind of going back to what we were talking about, like with style and what makes a good trick and this, that, and the third. Sometimes a trick will get the best of you, but sometimes, like, if you land it and you've been battling for a trick all fucking day and you finally get it, I feel sometimes people like will throw away that clip because like, oh well, it was, dumb looking. It's like, but dude, you spent like 3 fucking hours trying to do this trick, and you're gonna just be like, no,
Hey,
like you did a badass trick. Yeah, like you battled, and it may not have looked as great as you wanted it to be, but it still looked good, and it was a badass fucking trick. Don't throw that clip away. Like, use it for something at least.
Yeah, just
like
get there. The war. Sometimes the war is better than the trick.
yeah, especially if you throw the battle in there with it.
Yes. I like seeing shit like that. Like I like seeing that what you went through, and people understanding tricks don't happen first try all the time. Most of the time, it don't happen first try.
Hell no, dude. Billy O'Neill said it best. I fall into this category, blue collar skating, dude. It takes me forever sometimes to land a trick, and I'll bring their names up again. Arsenio and Cody, they land shit first, second try all the time, and they move on to the next trick. And I'm like, damn, I've been trying this same line or this same single trick now for like 45 fucking minutes, and they've already gotten like 8 clips in this time period. What the fuck?
Yeah, I feel you.
But like, some people have it, and other people, like you and me, we get like we got to work for it sometimes, and
like
I said, sometimes
go home hype, bro.
Yeah.
And it could be something you've done before, may have just not done it in that way.
Yeah, like whenever we went to Atlanta a couple weeks ago, I'm sure you saw the clip. It was on this like low handicap rail, and I was at a front Savannah, but I hadn't front Savannah at a rail in a while, and I did. I was like, dude, like, yeah, I fucking front Savannah to this fucking handicap rail. Let's go. I'm fucking happy. I don't care what anyone says. Like,
nah, I hear you, bro. It's like that, bro. Like that's what again. It's one of the reasons why I love skating because you never know what's gonna make. There's times that I'm having the shittiest day in the world, like really low times, and I'll go skate even if it's for 10 minutes, and if the session goes right,
dude,
change my perspective on life. Fuck
yes,
like on life. That
dude,
clarity.
okay. To bring it back to what you asked me, what keeps me going with skating or why I keep doing it? People and things come and go, but skating has always been there.
Yeah.
Like, shitty situations happen and then they disappear. People who you were friends with or had relationships with, they can be there 1 minute and they're gone the next. But my skates have always been there, and I've always been able to pick up my skates and go and do it.
That's why I feel like even if you neglect it, it's still there.
Like that's what keeps me going, is because like what you said, sometimes a good session can literally change your entire outlook on everything. You can go from feeling like complete and utter shit, but if you land one good trick, dude, that it can boost your confidence, it can boost your morale, it can make you feel amazing, on top of the world, and you're just like, fuck yes, I am still the fucking man.
And the older we get, man, our mental health changes, bro. Like, and it's not like we're 15 that we go skate and it's like, yeah, it's awesome because we're having fun doing what we do. But like, as an adult that has real life shit, like, sometimes that skating is necessary. That inner like youth of it and the freedom of it can really do good for your mental health, man. Because like, I'm a person that goes through ups and downs all the fucking time, bro. And when I'm down is when no one knows where I'm at.
Yeah.
Because I recluse. Like I know I do it. Sometimes I feel fucked up about it because like I'll neglect talking to people because I just don't want to project my problems on you.
Yeah.
But like, skating and there's other things I do to like art and graffiti and stuff. Those things that make you happy, continue to do those things because that's what keeps you going. You know what I mean? Like It doesn't matter what it is. It could be like childish to other people, and you're too old for this. You can get hurt. You have kids, but you know what? That's what makes me happy. That's the fuck I'm gonna do. No one tells a base jumper don't jump off a fucking building.
Yeah.
Like, just do what you do, and then get your refocus, and then handle your business. You know what I mean? Until the next time you get to go skate or something.
Yeah, dude. I mean, skating has always been there when I've needed it to be. Sometimes skating hurts and it makes you feel some type of way, but like skating has always made me feel more good than bad.
Yeah,
always.
Yeah, and there are times that feel like shit. Like, there are sessions that are like, fuck, man, I don't even know why am I still doing this? And that's life. But then, like, one trick could change that.
Yep, one trick, and then like I said, you feel like the fucking man who can't no one tell you a damn fucking thing. Not a fucking thing.
And sometimes that trick could come from someone else. Like, I've been at sessions that I got hype off other people. Like, I was just a thing and just like, dude, you're having a fucking amazing day. Like, keep doing that. It's like watching a skate video. Like, fuck it.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that shit's infectious. Is that the word?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it is, and then because like they did that and it makes you feel good, then you feel good. And, you go do, even if it's not in skating, like you just go home feeling good and shit. And then it's a good fucking day, dude. Like, that's it.
My wife will tell you, if I come home from skating and had a good day, I'm a better person. When I come through that door, I'm happy. I'm like, yo, I just laced this trick. Let me get my clip. Tell my son you'll send me that.
Yup. Yep, dude. Like, there were sometimes I'd come home and I'd show people whatever I did, like on my lunch breaks when I was going out and doing lunch break clips. Like, the one that made me feel the best is whenever I went to our local mall and did a 28 stair rail on an hour lunch break. I came back home and I was like, fuck yes, let's fucking go. And I remember
work felt fast after that, right?
Oh, hell yeah, dude. Like, dude, by the time I got home, I was like, damn, it's already time for last break. And then after that, it's time to clock out. Let's go. Fuck it.
I tried doing that in Manhattan once. I used to work on, I don't know if you know Manhattan very well, but Houston Street, anyone that lives in New York knows what I'm talking about. Houston rails, I used to work up the block from, right? It's these handicap rails, maybe like thigh height, both sides. You've seen them in tons of videos.
Is that Rail City?
No, but I used to live near Rail. The ferries by Rail City. Houston Rail, a red brick wall next to a black handicap rail, and then like a lot of people transfer to the ledge at the end. If you watch like old Be Unique videos, you'll see it like every 2 seconds.
Yeah, I've probably seen those spots.
I would go skate that on my lunch break, dude. And I remember once, this is when I was working at American Apparel. So like they really pay attention to what you're wearing when you walk in.
Yeah.
And I was security, so I had to like blend in anyway. So I was undercover. And I came in and my jeans from the bottom of my knee to my ankle was covered in blood.
Oh shit.
Just leaking, bro. It was leaking because I split my shin open on my lunch break, but got the trick. And the whole rest of the day, everyone worked like, "Why are you bleeding? Like, you should go check." I was like, "No, I'm finishing my shift. Fuck that."
I was expecting you to say that your whole entire pants was covered in wax or something. Not saying that it was bleeding.
But like, it was just leaking, bro. Like, leaking. Split my shin right open and didn't give a fuck because I was like, "Yo, I laced that trick. I'm gonna go finish out the rest of my shift, go home, and then worry about the pain." But anything coming up for you? And you working on anything? Any sections? Any videos?
No sections. I'm just kind of the one thing that I'm trying to figure out is what pair of skates I'm about to skate next since Adapt stopped making the Brutales. That's been a big thing on my mind is what's the next pair of skates that I want to skate. So I thought the Brutale was like my forever skate.
How long has it?
I've been skating the Brutales now since 2020, so 4 years.
That's a long time. Like, that's a long time, man. I've been on 2.5 years skating. I have 2 boots, but like it becomes like you don't want to skate anything else when you find a skate that fits your foot. Right?
Yeah. And like I have a bunch of friends who just got through trying to find the skate that fits their foot just because they were trying to find like we're too old now to be skating uncomfortable fucking skates.
Yeah. We can afford it.
Yeah. And so like now I'm just like, damn, what like I'm excited about trying another skate, but at the same time, like, damn, I don't want to drop money on a boot that fucking sucks for my feet.
I hear you.
Like,
man.
like I'm like I can go ahead and rattle off a few boots that I know I cannot skate because it just does not work for my feet. USD Aeons, they hurt. Them skates don't work for my feet. And Mesmers because it's a throne, and thrones have never like I have wide blocky feet. And
Yeah,
those skates right there just do not work at all.
it works for me. I think almost because like I've spent so much time on thrones when I was younger. My foot has to be warped.
Yeah.
So, like I'm just so used to it, and I like narrow skates. I like one of my favorite skates of all time is M12.
Oh no, see that's another boot. I
Gets
forgot
too
about that.
hot.
Rosies, I can't do those either. Too
My
narrow.
they just I had to like take out the insoles and all that, and I love the feel of a boot that suctions your foot. So it almost feels like you ever get that feeling of a skate that fits so well you almost like run off like
Yeah,
on Scooby Doo shit. Like just
my adapts.
going doing all this. Yeah, like I get that with my Mesmers, but like right now I don't know what I like. I wanted to try the standards because shout out Lawrence Ingram. You know he's hometown. He's doing a lot for blading. If you don't know who he is, do your research. 50/50, Chroma, Mesmer, Compass, the list goes.
Mesmer.
Sorry, standard.
I was like, he
Sorry,
doesn't
Billy.
make those.
Sorry, Billy. Compass, standard, but like I wanted to get him to support him and everything, but I love the Mesmers. Troy hooked me up with a new boot. I'm skating 50/50 wheels, so that I'm supporting him still. But yeah, I've been thinking about what my next boot would be if I do switch, and I'm not sure what I want to try something. So I was actually leaning towards trying factions. Maybe
See,
have you tried them?
no, that's one boot that I thought about trying because I don't want to go to a hard boot. I want to stay with a soft boot. And so my options really are like faction or icon or gods.
And faction got that soul plate. You got small soul plates, big soul plates. It seems like I feel like faction is really doing something that no other company did, and that's coming up with new parts that have different features for the same.
Yeah. Yes.
Skate, different parts. You don't need a different boot, but you can arrange it in different ways. I think that's so sick, especially with the soul plate thing, because like there's different reasons why people don't like big soul plates or don't like small soul plates. That is a performance thing. And I think having that option is like super important and something that doesn't exist in our sport. It does now, but it didn't exist before. And I shout out Faction for whatever they're doing. Just keep doing it.
See, for me, another reason why I like the soft boots is because they're all pretty much flat bottom skates. And I like to play around with my skates. I like to put different sole plates on there. Like right now, I'm trying to figure out a way that I can put the old Deshi sole plates on my adapts because why not?
Oh, the actual Deshi soul plates or like the 2-piece USD soles?
No, the actual like the big huge block, the ones that came on like the Spizers.
Wow. Like I wonder what they would look like.
They don't look bad. I can get them to like just sit around. I got to do a little bit of dribbling because they're a little too narrow, like with the like supports that they have like in certain places. But I mean, I had them on my gods and they looked sick.
Okay.
Whenever I skated the Michael Prados.
Let's got them for the gods. You should be able to get them work for the adapts.
Well, Deshi was made by Power Slide, and gods were made by Power Slide, so those parts are easier to fit together.
100% true. That's why all the USD parts always worked for that Deshi.
I never skated the USD 2-piece sole plates.
Dude, I love them. I used to skate them on the UFS drones, and I love the groove.
See, I always kept the big giant blocky sole plates. Like everyone else hated them, but they're like they're UHMW. I love like I am a sucker for UHMW sole plates. That's why I like the Adapt sole plate so much, and that's why I like the God sole plates that came out on the first Frankies, and that's why I like the Deshi sole plates. Well, because UHMW, like it is a superior plastic. It doesn't wear out as fast. It slides great, sometimes a little too much, and it's terrifying on rails. But yeah,
I don't know how I feel about UMHW frames too. I know you showed me the symmetrics, right?
Boy, you don't know what you're missing.
I used to skate the Kaiser suspensions, and I love the way they slid, but I felt like I could never groove the frame the way I wanted to. It just never grooved down.
Let me grab my boot for you right quick.
Tucker's
Let's
about to
see.
prove me wrong.
Oh, no. You're about to see a year's worth of groove. And it's, what is the right boot? It's back here. Oh, no, it takes a minute to groove these shits. Like, get the strap out of the way.
Shit. Like I said, you proved me wrong.
Well, it's not a big groove, though. Like, here's the inside of my right skate that doesn't ever get touched. So it's not much more. So, yeah, I mean, it takes a second to groove them, but, like...
New?
Do what?
Does it still have that, like, new frame feeling, like when you're trying to break them in?
No. Now, if I do a front side, I'm on the inside of my right skate, then yes, because it's still is like not broken at all. There's like still the edges right there, and then like the original groove right there in the middle. But like, where are the metal frames that I have? Hold up. Yeah, I keep a bunch of skate parts in the car.
Oh, you have to, man. I got like 4 pairs of skates in the car.
This is easier to show. Yeah, I mean, this was
God.
a year's worth also.
And the black part's UMHW, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, the rest of it's just metal.
Shit, metal and UMHW, that's a solid ass frame.
Dude, yeah.
Power transfer got to be crazy on that.
That's what's getting thrown on at Crowder.
All right. That's what's up. I want to try metal frames.
So I've never skated. I've never skated metal, but also like I skate ledges. I like ledges. I don't want to skate metal.
Like I've gapped stairs on like my 80 mil like rec skates.
Yeah.
And I didn't feel like it was harsh on the landing. Like I got 2 skates here right now. My big wheel skate on the compass frames. Shout out Lawrence for hooking it up with the compass frames.
Hey, let's go.
Yeah, Lawrence hooked it up, man. 72 mil. You know, I want to go bigger, but 72 mils kind of keeps you a little nimble. And then I got my, typical shit. That's my groove.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, you got it.
That's my Twitch groove. I'm going to show you my regular groove. Troy said I have to fix my groove.
Oh, and it just froze up on me. Why is it not showing?
That froze?
Yeah, you're a little frozen right now. I can't see anything. It might be. There we go. Yeah.
All right. Yeah, my groove, like, Troy said I need to fix it and round it out. I love triangle grooves, bro.
I mean, it be what it be. I mean, my groove is kind of triangle-y like. I mean, it just centers you into the groove.
I love it. As a ledge skater, I love it.
Yeah.
It's exactly what I need. I don't skate a lot of rails. So.
Dude, low-key, the best ledge frame that I wish I could skate now that I, wasn't able to take advantage of when I was younger, Able frames. I would love to try those on ledges now with how much I skate ledges.
I loved them when I had them. I had the Able Vinnie Mitten frames, and I loved them.
Like, I had them back in the day, but, I was mostly a park skater, and, Able frames on coping isn't exactly the greatest combination, but... Yeah.
On ledges, and it wore down anyway.
Like, they just seem like they'd be a ledge, like, skater's dream to fucking skate.
They were chunky, though. I feel like you can feel the chunkiness of the... I don't know how to explain that, but, like, the chunkiness of the frame. They just felt like heavy duty. They didn't feel as slimline or anything, but the groove was definitely nice.
See, I've never cared about slimline this or skinny that or even light. Like, dude, give me a heavy boot. Like, that's one thing that makes me laugh whenever I hear people talking about a skate. Oh, it's so heavy. It's like, bro, do you even skate? Like an extra half a pound should not make that big a difference.
Your body weight canceling that out anyway.
Yeah. Yeah, like
your body jumping is more than the skates on your feet.
Like, what was the heaviest pair of skates I had? Let's see. It was the Deshi Spicer ones, but I put a cuff on there. I had the blocky sole plates on there with physics flat, with all aluminum rockers instead of the plastic rockers.
I mean, people say the Mesmers are heavy. They're heavier
Really?
than some other skates, but when they're on my feet, they feel light as hell. They never felt like bulky. K2 Nemesis is probably the only skate that I felt was bulky. And it was just because it was so much skate. Like everything else, like I never really felt a difference in weight. And maybe
Yeah,
TRS frames back in the day were really heavy. The
Dude.
old TRS frames, like Access and Detail and stuff.
dude, rollerblade needs to come back out with the details and like those skates. Give me a full skin skate TRS or rollerblade, and
Give
you'll
Skins
have me.
solo.
Do what?
Thanks. Give a Skins blank skate. Like just put a skin on it for the classic and keep it the blank boot since it's a better performing boot.
No, because have you ever taken the skin off of like a Detail or a Broscow or a Frankie?
Yeah.
It's really open. It's a thin piece of plastic in there.
Actual
It's
like,
almost like
boot.
it's I'm just a sucker for soft boots. Like I like it. My feet feel great in it. That's what I like. I'm part of the minority. Let it be what it be.
I like soft boot, but my ankles can't hack it.
Dude, your ankles could hack it in these. I mean,
when you showed me them in person, I noticed how sturdy they were. I actually thought they were going to be a lot flimsier.
No, they're not, dude. Nah,
they feel super solid.
Like it's just the top. It's open on the top, and that's what I need because, like I said, I have really just blocky feet. I have caveman feet, so I need like room to expand.
Like I want to try Gods, the soft boot Gods. I've skated Clans and USD 7s, so I'm pretty sure.
Yeah,
I'm gonna be. I kind of know what they feel like, but I do want to try like Gods or a soft boot carbon skate. I've never skated any carbon skate, so I just don't know. I don't have any perspective on that. I've skated Rems for a while. I've skated K2s.
I never got the skate rims, and that was a pair that I always wanted to skate when I was a kid.
I used to love Rems. They just get flimsy really quick. I used to just throw a razor's cuff on them and jug liners back in the day. Like after my liners got beat up, throw some jug liners and razor's cuff, and it's basically like soft boot Colts.
Dude, jug liners were the best liners.
Hell yeah. And the OG rain liners.
Never got to skate those.
No?
Never.
No, I had the Powells, I had the Shimas, I had the Murda liner, I had the Aragon liner. No, Aragon was jug.
Yeah.
I had the Rain neoprene liner out of the Shima 6s and the Shima 7s.
I had the jug neoprene liner. And whoever thought putting that neoprene sock in a fucking liner
rips.
That like I know that was like Murda and Lavanos or Hurricane. Like that was their whole like idea of but like no, that was a bad idea.
Bro, day one I ripped mine, put it in my skate on. I was like, oh shit.
Hold on. Did you have the one that was like the ankle sock or the one that wrapped around your
the one that we lost you for a second. You see here?
Good?
Yeah. I had the one, the Aragons and the Aragon ones that wrapped around your whole foot.
Yeah, that's the ones I had.
Like a shin guard.
Yeah.
Like it just got fucked up immediately.
Yeah.
Good liners, but like that part sucked.
I had those in the Aragon 2s. And yeah, it just gave me a sweat rash on my shins, dude. That's all it did. It did.
Dude, I used to use it to tuck my pants in.
Oh yeah, you
Velcro it together. That's it.
I was gonna say, yeah, you New York guys would just stuff your pants in there. I remember seeing Alex Nunez doing that with those joints back in the day.
We used to stuff, and this is for real old school New Yorkers. We used to take our jug and rain liners. You know how the Velcro stash pocket?
And put socks in them?
Yes, sir. To make the tongue puffier.
Dude, I did that too because Arsenio and then okay, hold on. Did you ever know a guy in New York? His name was Jeff Gonzalez.
Sounds really familiar. I probably know my face.
He looked like Gonzo and had true topsoils and alley topsoils like Gonzo.
I want to say yeah. I just really did he skate with Arsenio?
Yes.
Then
yes. He had a friend named Artemis.
Yes, I remember that name too. But I got to see the faces. I'm really bad with there was so many of us.
Dude, I'll send you an edit of Jeff after this.
Jeff sounds familiar though.
Yeah, Jefferson Gonzalez. Apparently, he lived in the wood, whatever the wood was. Is what it said in his last edit was, "I'm moving back to the wood, and if you don't know, you should know." So I don't know what the wood is, but he actually was skating about a year or two ago with the Ghetto Community guys because I saw him on Facebook when I still had Facebook, and he was rocking fucking Murda 2s with bullet ground control frames, still skating them shits.
Yeah, with the big ass fucking the tongues looking like
Yep,
that.
but it was him and Arsenio who showed me like, yo, if you want the puffy tongue, you got to stuff the socks in there, dude.
Yeah,
And
man.
then did you have the rubber bands around your pants too, so they would stay bunched up right there?
Yes.
Yep, they gave me
Or
these
I'll
big ass yellow rubber bands that were like this big. Like, yo, just wrap them around there twice, and it'll keep your pants right there.
I
I was
used
like,
to do
okay,
bandanas, and because my pants were so baggy, like it would cover the bandana, and it wouldn't be a problem because New York, like everyone wanted to be a fucking gangbanger, and everyone was
yeah,
crib. So like I had the SD10s in blue with gray bandanas in the tongue, and apparently that's Crip colors. So it's like
yep,
I was playing with my life, skating down the street.
dude. A lot of those dudes would be unique, like John Stevens and Ramel. They would be rocking bandanas all
Yeah.
the fucking time. It's like, and I remember like just hearing stories about New York. I'm like, yo, how the fuck have these guys not gotten
Be about your shit. That's it. Like really, like when it's just be about your shit. Someone comes up to you, you stand your ground, and you handle your business. Just don't be disrespectful. You know what I mean? Like most people, if you just talk to them, they'll walk away. Like if you meet it with certain attitude, it's gonna get out of hand. But
yeah,
I've always just been like, whatever, bro. Like we fighting or what? If not, we can keep it moving. Have a nice day. Like,
dude. The few times I've been to New York, all I did was just walk like I knew where the fuck I was going. Even though I had no idea where the fuck I was, like, just keep walking, just walk in the direction and look like you know where you're going, and you'll blend right the fuck in. Just don't open your mouth because then they'll know you're not from New York.
we always know.
I did that on the way. I got lost on the way to the Bashi Pope contest, and I was trying to find the skate park, and a bunch of people kept coming up going, "Hey, yo, you know where you at? You lost?" And I'm like, "No, I'm good," and just kept on walking. Just,
Josh is
no, I'm
from
good.
Bronx, dude. I don't go to the Bronx. I'm from Brooklyn. Like Brooklyn and Staten Island. That's where I grew up. I grew up in Brooklyn, moved to Staten Island, and then like went to school in Manhattan. But I stood the fuck out of the Bronx. The Bronx
Yeah,
is
dude, and like that was my first time walking around New York by myself. I was on that overpass above the park, just trying to figure out where the
yeah.
fuck I was going, and I'm just
You were
walking
walking by the
straight,
rest of the crackheads and shit.
dude. And I remember I called. Did you know Sam Williams
Yeah.
back in the day? Yeah, I
Like,
called him. I'm like, yo, dude, I know you're not here, but like, where the fuck is this park? He's like, all right, dude, what you gonna do is you're gonna go down here, you're gonna walk past there, stay to the right, don't go to the left, because that's where the crazy fucking heroin heads are. Don't go down there.
dude,
And
Sam is like the original person that was cool with like skating with a ski mask on. Like he would come out like to sessions and have a full. You see how Chino skates?
yeah,
Like that, but like I'm talking about like 2004.
I can see Sam doing that. I can see Sam doing that.
And be ripping it and be an underground and shit and still have a ski mask on, like in the skate park, underground skate park. Anyone who doesn't know what underground skate park is, that's the old Be Unique skate park.
God, dude, that park looks like so much fucking fun.
I lived at that park, bro. That
Like,
was
dude,
the park, the rail indoors.
dude, all of us down here just dreamed of maybe one day going to New York and skating that park.
Yeah, and it was in the middle of Brooklyn. It's on the second floor of a building.
Really?
Yeah, it's on the second floor. It's like by warehouses and shit. I think it was on 80th Street. I'm not sure. I don't remember the exact 20th Ave. But like before it was underground, it was X ramp, and there was a hidden mini ramp, like in a room in there. Like there was a skate shop in there. It was all types of shit. And then when Chris and Courtney bought it, like that's when it became underground. But they would put that rail in there.
Dude,
They put
I would
beautiful.
like to know the full story of what happened with Be Unique.
Yeah.
Like,
I know some stuff, but I don't. It's all he said, she said from like Team Riders.
And that's what I've heard too. You know, like because Sam's my boy. Like we go back, and I've asked him, and he's given me his story. Me and Julian Bauer are friends, and he only knows like little bits and pieces. And then I've asked Rashard, he only knows little bits and pieces. And then I think Austin and Billy touched on it a little bit in one of their podcasts, and they only know like little bits and pieces.
I've talked to Franco about it, and I've talked to Austin about it before. And I went to school with Chris, the Chris Brown.
Yeah.
And he was already doing like music videos and shit like that before Be Unique. So I think it just kind of like took off. Like I think his music career and everything they do with filming just took off, and he kind of just like they just like left it.
Like the
I don't.
story I heard was that they were being propositioned to have their company bought out, but they were still allowed to run it, and it was supposed to get put in stores like PacSun and
I
stuff
heard
like
that too.
that.
I heard that too.
And then something happened, and they just kind of cut like something about like they just kind of cut their losses and disappeared, kind of thing.
I feel like when they left, that's when blading kind of like started dwindling down. Like
A little, like I mean, people nowadays are like, oh, fucking freestyle rolling, that's so fucking whack. But it's like, dude, Be Unique did a fucking lot for rollerblading.
Yeah, like
They did a lot.
As like Be Unique put work in. Be Unique changed skating. Like it changed skating. I feel like even like shout out Jordan Baez. There would be no ghetto community if it wasn't Be Unique paving the road, or like FR back in the day paving the road, and all those like the companies like that and groups like that would not be able to thrive and have something to build on top of if it wasn't for the shit that they did. Whether you thought something was corny, whether you thought it was leaning towards just one group of people, does not matter. Like they changed fucking skating. I feel like Be Unique became the Yankees one day. Like we got everybody, and if you're not
they had the fucking team. They had the Kelsos, they had Frankie, they had Aragon, they had fucking they had Gonzo, they had Richard, they had Jeff Howard, they had JC Rowe was on fucking Be Unique, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. Tons of people and like such a sick AM team. The AM team alone was fucking.
Yeah, Franco, Austin, hell, Chris Shaw was on Be Unique at one point in time. Was Murdo ever on Be Unique, or was he just like the homie? I can't remember.
I think he was just the homie. I don't think he was actually like the team. Because Murdo went to Art and Design. We all went to the same high school.
Yeah.
So like it's like homies helping homies out. You know what I mean? And I feel like that it should continue to be that way.
Yeah. Yeah.
100.
Man, we've been on this now for.
Yeah, I gotta wrap it up too because I gotta get the kids. I was gonna ask you before we close up. Do you have any goals other than what new skate you're getting?
Dude, just to keep skating and try to keep consistent and maybe try to get, better, but more so just stay consistent with my skating. That's it. As long as I can keep doing what I'm doing, I'll be happy. That's it.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing what you do too, man. Like I said, I watch your skating, bro. I know we're homies, but I still, everyone like you, Arsenio, Cody, like everyone that was the Glyph team, everyone that's homies that I grew up with, everyone that supported it. Like I fucking watch you guys skating like superheroes because like I look at it like, all right, that's what I want to do. Even if I can do some of it, it's like I want to do it at that level though. And I when I can see people that put in work and care about skating just continue to grow and continue to do all these things. Like I hate seeing people fall off.
Yeah,
like, a good comeback is always good.
Hell yeah, dude.
But yeah, man, it was definitely dope catching up with you. Definitely got to do it again. Like I said,
yeah, dude.
I want to keep this going. We've been trying. This is the third time we tried to do this. We finally.
It really is.
Like people don't know. Like we've said some things that should have been documented that no one will ever know. But we finally got on the good foot. Finally got things. I appreciate the time that you put into doing this. Appreciate what you're doing for skating. Please go follow T Free at T Free at T_free__.
Yeah.
Just type in T Free. He's gonna come up.
Yeah.
I do have, for everyone watching, I did post up some Blade Talk merch on my Teespring. That helps out a lot. Like we taken time out of our day to do this. We don't get paid to do any of this stuff. It takes time. So anything helps to keep it going and to build and make this better quality and just put out more shit. And like and subscribe if you don't already, because most of my people who watch this don't subscribe. So like and subscribe. And yeah, Tucker, appreciate it, bro.
Hey, yeah, anytime, dude. Anytime. Let me know when you want me to come back on. I'll gladly do it.
Yeah, we got. I definitely want something. I got some things planned. I got to have multiple people on at the same time. But now we figured out how to. We're good.
Dude.
I'm looking forward to seeing you, man. Probably, hopefully can see you before Crowder Power. I'm going to Florida next week.
Okay.
Hopefully I'll see you before Crowder Power. If not, like we'll definitely catch up in session soon, man.
Hell yeah, dude. You take it easy, man.
You too, bro. Peace.